Good evening all. It's a weeknight, a school night, and I'm heading off to the woods to do a little cheeky test tent pitch of my Lanshan 2. So we're going to head into some woodlands here in London, we'll get set up and I'll show you what the tent is like. Right, I think we've got a tent up. I think I'll just show you. The Lanshan 2 in khaki brown with a 3-season inner by 3F UL gear. They do take a little bit of time to get right. A few friends of mine that got this tent will testify. Yeah, it does take quite a few practices. When I bought the tent, these side guidelines weren't attached, so I've attached those because I think I might need them in possibly windy conditions. I've modded the tent in a few areas. So down here I've taken the plastic clips off and replaced them with metal ones, and down here I've taken off the yellow cord that comes with the inner, and I'm quite pleased with the way the bathtub is pitched just under the fly there. And this has got the T-zip down here, which means it will open right up. One thing I remember with my Pro version is that sometimes I managed to get the top quite straight and then other times it bowed a little. And I've been fiddling around with this, I've been tensioning it up, I've been loosening it off, I've been playing with these tie-up points here, just to try and see whether I can, it's not too bad, maybe I'm being a little bit picky. I'm on really flat ground today, and the reality is that sometimes you have to pitch on slopes, uneven ground, and you just have to kind of make do, don't you, and just get in it and just get out of the elements. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it as a first pitch. Right, so I'm inside and it's nice and roomy, as you might expect. It's a 2-person tent. You couldn't actually get 2 people in here, but it's great for 1 person and kit. Really pleased with the way the bathtub is pitched up. Nice and high at that end, little pocket. It's got what's looked like sort of solid material here, then it turns into mesh. I'm 5'8" and lots of room for me. I think even if you were a bit taller you'd be okay, but yeah, it's pretty good for me. I noticed that there's a little hook there, one at that end, so you could use it for lights I suppose. Also maybe hang up a little bit of a washing line. One thing I do need to sort out is just the top bit here, because the inner is touching that outer just there at the moment. The rest of it's absolutely fine. I've got the poles at 120 centimetres at the moment. Maybe I need to get those extended up to 125, maybe that's... Again, let me know in the comments. 120 centimetres, 125 centimetres, tips on just making sure the top of the Lanshan's not touching the inner, greatly appreciated. Nice little vestibule area, so I had to sit in here and kind of cook. That'd be excellent. And I've also got the luxury of completely opening up this side as well. Bugs are starting to come in. Okay, so take 2, I've just increased the pole sizes to 125 centimetres. I think that's what I used to do on my Lanshan 2 Pro. I think I always went with 125 centimetres. I don't know why I went with 120 today. So I've adjusted, I've increased the poles, and it's actually improved the tautness and the pitch of the tent overall. So I'll show you what I mean. just feels a little bit more solid now. I've just extended it 5 centimeters on each side. The gap is a little bit higher, but I think that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to have that ventilation. But all round, I don't know if you can remember it from how I did it before, it is just looking a lot better. So the issue I had before was the inner here was kind of, the outer was touching the inner here. That's not happening anymore, and it's just where it kind of slightly bows in the middle, it's touching the top seam of the inner. That is the best I've got it so far, and as I said, it does take a little bit of practice. It takes quite a few goes, as my friend Alex always tells me. It takes quite a few goes with this Lanshan. So we've had quite a bit of rain in London today, and we've got another load due to arrive quite shortly, so I think I'm going to get this thing packed up. One thing I forgot to mention is I've swapped out the pegs. So when you get the Lanshan 2, you get about 8 of these little X stakes. They're quite thin. I didn't use them when I got them with my Lanshan Pro, so I'm not using those, and I'm using these. And these are little Y stakes, and they are imitation stakes of a well-known brand that I can't afford, and these have served me well. I've used these loads and loads and loads, and they're very light, a lot cheaper, and just do the job, and they're pretty strong too. And as you can see, I got rid of the Lanshan bag that it comes with. It's near impossible to get the tent back in, so I've got this Life Venture compression sack dry bag, and I've got the tent is in there. Pegs I keep separate, footprints going on the top, and just makes life a lot easier. So up the next morning, I don't need to worry about getting it back into an ridiculously small bag. Just put it into this dry sack, get the air out, and also if the tent's a little bit damp and I don't have time to air it or dry it off, it just sort of protects the rest of the items in my rucksack. Pop that in the top, and then I can get it out if the sun comes out later, and give it a little bit of a dry before I use it again in the evening. Really humid in these woods. Okay, we're all packed up. I suppose I should offer a little bit of a disclaimer on this one, and sorry about the noise. I've got a major road behind me where these woods are. So yeah, this is not a review video. This is not a how to pitch a Lanshan 2 video. This is just me trying it out before I go off on my big hike on the coast to coast. So it's just a video of me faffing about really, and trying to sort of see what it's like. I remember if I can actually put these tents up. So anyway, it was useful for me. Maybe it was useful for you. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one.